Man, y'all know what's up. Hello, everyone out there. Appreciate y'all tapping in. As always, each and every Sunday, each and every Wednesday is the Cannon Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Lovechild, and I want to thank y'all for tuning and tapping in, as y'all always do. As I see, they coined it in the chat. The loyal crew is in the building. Appreciate y'all tapping in. As always, man. I'm trying to get this off my phone. But again, I appreciate y'all for tuning and tapping in. This is episode 210. Um, big shout outs to the chat. Y'all in here early and deep. I love it. Pause. Make sure y'all send major love. Hit them likes. Hit the 100s. Y'all already know what time it is. I'm seeing loyalty in the building. I'm seeing royalty in the building. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'm gonna give that chat some love in a quick second. So shout out to y'all in the chat, man. Uh, Thank you to the presenting sponsor of this podcast, which is Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. Also, don't forget that them likes, don't forget to hit the 100s. It does help with the growth of the show. Y'all already know the only op we recognize over here is opportunity. So being here to show major love, light, and energy. Don't be an agent of chaos. Don't be a stain. Somebody that stands out from being negative. Be positive. Be able to stand out by being positive. We talk about everything if this is your first time tuning and tapping in. And again, I am Ashley Lovechild, and it's the Ken the Brothers Get a Rap podcast. I feel like I'm missing something else. Oh, again, y'all, don't forget there's memberships in the portion in the page. Different memberships do get granted different access. So make sure y'all take advantage of the memberships. And again, them likes is free. So hit them likes, abuse them likes. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. Major love to the chat, man. Shout out to Winter in the building. Shout out to Tremont in the building. I'm not gonna say everybody, but I'm gonna shout y'all out. Shout out to King P in the building. Thank you for the gifted. Do you think the Lakers are going to trade LeBron? Or you think the Lakers are trading LeBron? Shout out to King P for that question. Loyalty crew indeed. What it do, everybody? Shout out to Culture. Shout out to Culture. What up, my dude? Lakers Mike. Shout out to Hazel. Appreciate you, Hazel, as always. Shout out to, I said Tremont. Yeah, shout out to Tremont. Shout out to Shay. Shay, what's up? Shout out to Rowan Jack, my guy. We got royalty in the building, man. Appreciate Rowan Jack for tuning and tapping in. One of our day ones, one of our big badge holders, man. He's had his badge for a while. He got one of them badges. So again, shout out to Rowan Jack. Shout out to S Eston in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. All roads lead to Rome. Appreciate Rome in the building. We got Rome in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to Tom in the building. You look like okay. Appreciate you for tapping in. Shout out to Dilly. What's up? YN. Well, I'm a grown man, but appreciate you tapping in. So thank you for that love. Shout out to Are you a racist? Type of question is that? But again, hit them likes, hit the 100s, my guy. Shout out to Patrick in the building, my dude. What it do? What it do, Patrick? And remember, don't forget to stay engaged into the chat. It helps with the growth of the show. Shout out to Dude 201. Brazil, we got Brazil in the building. Eduardo, appreciate you for tuning and tapping in. Shout out to Global in the building. What it do? Willie from Pontiac, Michigan. Appreciate you. Shout out to Michigan. Yo, Michigan, I got bros from Detroit. So I get love in Michigan, bro. So shout out to Michigan. I actually was gonna go to Michigan as a young kid, you know what I'm saying? The Ann Arbor to play a little football. You know what I'm saying? I was that nice. But you know what I'm saying? Things happen. I got hurt, but it is what it is. I didn't go. But I got love for Michigan. But shout out to Pontiac. Pontiac is completely different from Ann Arbor. Shout out to Kramer in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. IMAR. Yeah, we don't condone that over here, man. You know, freedom of choice, freedom of speech, but we don't condone that over here. But hopefully you have a different heart moving on. Shout out to M Pork in the building. Shout out to you. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. He's trolling. He's trying to bot, but we not showing no light energy to that. Shout out to Cole in the building. Been watching your channel for a while. Keep it 100. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Tim Global, Timmons from City. Patrick Torres, did you see Michael Jackson teaser trailer? The teaser broke records with views. I did see that. I actually have that up on my points on what we're going to talk about, the Michael Jackson teaser. I actually have that in the show, so I did see that. And I'm gonna save it for what I gotta say for the show. But I did see that, Patrick. I did see that. Positive vibes. You already know. Shout out to Cole. You already know I'll only do the positive vibes. Only show love and energy. We do have the tough conversation, but we do talk about everything else. We talk about sports. We talk about movies. We talk about entertainment. We talk about social commentary. We do it respectfully. We do it logically and not feeling base. But again, if you got something you want to get off and it's positive, if it's something that's constructive, that needs to be said in the things that we're talking about, then I'll let them get off a little bit. But don't get too crazy. Don't get disrespectful. There's always love to everybody on the show. So shout out to y'all. Don't forget to hit them likes. I want to see them 100s. I want to see them likes in the chat, man. It helps with the growth of the show. Shout out to Slate in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. Oh, that Michael Jackson movie looks so bad. Bad being bad, not bad meaning good. Bro, I can't wait to tell you about my Michael Jackson tape later in the show. I'm definitely talking about the trailer. I'm definitely talking about this trailer. Definitely. It was a teaser. It was the teaser trailer. And it's like I said, I'm gonna save it for the other part. Hell's yeah, that is what's up. All right, y'all. Let's get the show started, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Y'all already know how we do. We started off every show, every single time. Popular opinions. Remember, these are not my questions. These are the world's questions. So stick to the answers in the questions. The first segment of the night is brought to you by OUV Records. As you see it right here, if you go to Instagram at OUV Records, you can stay in tune to the latest music and merchandise. The label motto is create, document, and inspire. First popular opinion question of the night. Top states to raise a family on this list. Top states to raise a family on this list. And there's been a big, not just a debate, but they actually did the censors, and these are the top 4 states to raise your family in, oddly enough. So number 1, Minnesota. Number 2, North Dakota. Number 3, Massachusetts. Number 4, Nebraska. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, the question is top state to raise your family in on this list. Again, number 1 is Minnesota. Number 2, North Dakota. Number 3, Massachusetts. Number 4, Nebraska. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Shout out to Slate. I disagree. Middle country, probably. Let me know what y'all think. So I mean, majorities of these states are basically what we would consider the Midwest, right? Nebraska, North Dakota, Minnesota. That's considered the Midwest, right? Right? Yeah, that's the Midwest, right? Massachusetts is like the only area that's considered East Coast, right? If I had to choose any of these, in my opinion, just without knowing this blindly, I probably would have said Minnesota, because Minnesota is the type of place that you could really raise your family in. Is very cost friendly, might I add. It gets a little chilly in Minnesota, but that's a part of like the family thing, right? It gets kind of cold. I'm from the East Coast. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. So, the economy, you never hear the economy really ever suffering. It's a close-knit type of setting. So I would have said Minnesota, me personally, on this list. In the chat, y'all also saying like basically in the Minnesota area or one of the Midwest areas is definitely not New York City. Now that's a fact. New York City is definitely not on this list, but it's actually in the top 10 though. Is that New York City is actually in the top 10 in places to raise a family, which is crazy, which is bugged out to me, because it if we're talking about New York City in certain areas, I can understand. But overall, no, you don't want to do that. Not at all. California wasn't even in the top 10. It wasn't even the top 10. Shout out to my walk in the building, man. Appreciate you for tapping and hit them likes, hit the 100s. I always wanted to go to New York. Yeah, I'm telling you, like at the end of the day, out of all of these, I would have said Minnesota off the top. I'm going with Minnesota off the top. In the chat, y'all basically going with any of the Midwest states. The rest of the world at 42%, and it's actually the right answer, is Massachusetts. Mind you, over 49,000 people voted on this. I don't know why I'm not surprised. Because Massachusetts has some of the highest rates where teachers could go get paid, where education is number one. So I'm kind of not surprised that it's geared towards children. But it's very expensive in Massachusetts, especially in certain areas. Sacramento, State Bohemian Rhapsody was really good. Dude won an Oscar for portraying Freddie Mercury. Yeah, I heard of UMass, but New Jersey and maybe North Carolina. I know a lot of people from Brooklyn, New York that moved to North Carolina. Charlotte in particular, Charlotte or Raleigh. That's where you hear people are basically moving to. And the crazy thing is, don't move to them states or don't move to North Carolina if you're not ready to have no kids, man. Because everybody I know, all my friends that I know that I grew up with in Brooklyn, all moved to North Carolina, or have more kids or had kids and have a lot of them. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's all to do in North Carolina is get your freak on. You know what I'm saying? You got your lady and y'all getting it popping every night. So I'm not surprised that y'all saying North Carolina in the chat. Slade, don't come to Florida. It sucks down here. I'm in Florida now, bro. I'm in Florida now. I love it in Florida. Compared to New York, I done did everything I needed to do in New York. You know what I'm saying? I've been there a long time. So being in Florida, for a little time now, I like it way more in Florida as far as quality of life. It's a different quality of life. Florida is more expensive than what people think. It's not what it used to be like 10 years ago when it comes to the dollar. Is not the same. The apartments here, the housing here, the B&B, whatever your living situation is very expensive in Florida. It's not the same as it was 10 years ago. 142, Jackie Robinson was another good biopic. Florida is the greatest state in the union. Shout out to Rowan Jack. You already know the business, Rowan Jack. You know what I'm saying? We get love out here. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of love. And then it's a lot of events all year round in Florida. The sporting events out here is through the roof. It's always a sporting event. It's always a comedy show. It's always somebody performing. It's always something going on out here. Florida's popping. But what most people don't understand, Florida is big. The only thing I hate about Florida is that, like, being that I'm in Orlando, I'll have, like, some of my boys hit me up when they get to Florida instead of letting me know ahead of time. And they'll hit me up and be like, yo, bro, I'm in Miami. Pull up. I look at the phone like, is this dude stupid? Like, yo, do you know how far Orlando is from Miami, bro? It ain't the furthest in the world, but that ain't something you do on a whim. Just drive 3.5 hours down to South Beach. Like, that's 7 hours, bro. 3.5 going, 3.5 coming, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Pause. Like, huh? That's like you living in Brooklyn and somebody pulling up like in Reading, Pennsylvania. Like, yo, bro, I'm in Pennsylvania. Pull up. Like, get the fuck, get out of here, guy. You feel me? So, but yeah, man, I actually love Florida. I actually love Florida. I've been to all the places in Florida. I've been to Tallahassee. I've been to Tampa. Tampa's cool. I've been to obviously Melbourne, Port St. Lucie. I've been to everywhere that you could think of in Port, except for Fort Myers. Obviously, Miami, then Miami Beach, because people don't realize there's Miami and there's Miami Beach. And there's North Miami. Like Miami, people don't know that until they come down here. You know what I'm saying? Tampa is cool. I always have a good time in Tampa. The women in Tampa are very enthusiastic, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a good time in Tampa. You know. But I like Orlando. So I'm in Orlando. What y'all do about the Lake City? Cool. What y'all know about the Lake City? Slate, you ask no more biopics. That's good. I'm gonna name 2 more right off. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good biopics. We definitely gonna get into that Michael Jackson conversation. We definitely gonna get into that for a fact. It's a lot of great biopics out here. But we're gonna get into that though. I promise you, we're gonna get into that. I'm in Broward. Yeah, Broward is cool, man. I'm a Brooklyn baby, right? So I grew up going to, I can't think of the Labor Day. Labor Day every year in Brooklyn is fire. So when I went to the Labor Day in Miami, down at, I think it was at FIU, it was alright. You know what I'm saying? It was different. It's not the same. It's not the same as Brooklyn or Eastern Parkway. But it was alright. And it was, oddly enough, I seen a lot of my Brooklyn people down in my, I'm like, yo, what you doing out here? Like, I live out here. What are you doing out here? Like, so, Florida is a vibe. It's just not cheap like how people think, like, yeah, I'm gonna move to Florida because it's cheap. No, sir, Bob. It's not cheap out here. If you want cheap, you're gonna move to a place like Kansas. Alabama has better pricing. Mississippi is better cost-wise. It's just on the dollar. We're talking about cheaper places. And Mississippi, you get a whole lot of land. It's just known to be very, you know what I'm saying, radical on their end. So, according to Slate, there's no good biopics. Do you like Juneteenth? I actually used to throw a Juneteenth event every summer. I actually used to do that. I used to do that for the whole community, get a whole bunch of food, give away gifts and stuff like that. I used to do that every year for about 3 years straight. I stopped doing it because it's going to take on a different conversation that I'm not going to pursue right now. I just stopped doing the event because I started looking at Juneteenth differently. But yes, I used to actually celebrate Juneteenth for a while. And the reason why I've done that way before the media got a hold of it. Like, the media just got a hold of Juneteenth just a couple years ago. I've been knowing about and celebrating Juneteenth since I was a kid, so. But again, due to my own findings is the reason why I stopped doing the event. I'm trying to move to South Carolina one day. South Carolina is cheap. South Carolina is a nice spot. It's cheap too. It's nice and cheap. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next popular opinion question. NBA question. Who has the best layup package on this list? Who has the best layup package on this list? Pause. Number 1, Jamal Crawford. Number 2, Kyrie Irving. Number 3, Russell Westbrook. Number 4, Allen Iverson. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. I know we got some sports fans up in here, so let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. NBA question, who has the best layup package on this list? Again, number 1 was Jamal Crawford. Number 2, Kyrie Irving. Number 3, Russell Westbrook. And number 4, Allen Iverson. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Rowan Jack, I want to see a Kanye biopic. At Patrice, I only seen 2, and probably The Doors. Kyrie, I'm seeing Kyrie in the chat. The big green Sablehead WNBA. I know what you're talking about too, Rowan Jack. I know what you're talking about. To me, Jamal Crawford. So we got some mixed answers in the chat. I'm seeing Kyrie and I'm seeing Jamal Crawford. neither one of those are bad answers, to be honest with you. Like, these guys lay a package is crazy. Allen Iverson lay a package to me was OD. Was OD. But out of everybody, mainly because he makes the layup look spectacular. It always looks slow motion. It looks like just like poetry. You know what I'm saying? I have to go with Kyrie, me personally. That's my personal pick. Every time Kyrie, like, Allen Iverson used to shake guys to get him up off of him. He was a shorter guy. He was even light. He was a slender guy, maybe like a buck. Allen Iverson probably played like at a buck 68 majority of his career. So when he used to get guys off of him, they was up off of him. He shook the hell out of them, right? Crazy layups all over the place, right? Reverse pivots, all that stuff, right? But Kyrie Irving just has a way to keeping guys on him, pause, and the way he throws it off the glass, it literally looks like poetry in motion. So me personally, I'm going with Kyrie. The chat is mixed between Kyrie and Allen Iverson. The rest of the world at 66%. Damn, 66%. Mind y'all, over 70,000 people voted on this. This is a lot of people. Went with Kyrie Irving. They went with Kyrie Irving. That's a lot of people that voted on this, might I add. 70,000 people, and it's still 66%. That's a lot, dog. That's a lot. And again, that's what I chose. And so I agree with everybody else. But in the chat, like I said, people said Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford do deserve some votes. He has some votes. AI has some votes. So, shout out to them brothers. They are special players to watch. If you know real basketball, it's no doubt Kyrie. Yeah, that's a fact. I think the best layup package overall, in my opinion, will probably be Kyrie second overall. On this list, he's number one in my opinion. Overall, I'm going to have to say MJ. I don't think people realize how special MJ layup package was, because he, what Magic Johnson say? Hee. Yo, Magic Johnson be bugging when he be telling them old stories about the USA basketball team. Michael Jordan he would just be in the air chilling, bro, and just So me personally, I'm gonna say Michael Jordan overall, but Kyrie's definitely second in my opinion, definitely. But on this list for sure, cheers to that drink, that Rihanna. The fly catcher. Appreciate Teresa in the building. Hit them likes. Hit the 100s. Teresa. Shout out if you know that. Shout out to Fame. Fame. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Remember you from last time, brother. The best handle. Kyrie. Question Kyrie. No, that's Patrick. Patrick said the best handle. Kyrie. Fame. Tim Hardaway Sr. Tim Hardaway layup package was crazy, but I don't think I'll give Tim Hardaway, because I grew up a big Tim Hardaway fan. I'll give Tim Hardaway probably top 10, maybe top 5 best layup packages. But it's definitely arguable, though. It's definitely arguable. Shout out to Rowan Jack. He just gifted 5 memberships in the chat. Again, thank you. We appreciate that, Rowan Jack, man, for your contribution as always, showing major love, man. Thank you again, Rowan Jack, for that. And there's some thank yous that need to be sent to Rowan Jack, to those members that was just received some memberships due to Rowan Jack, man. Appreciate that as always. Shout out to Vic. We got Vic in the building. You already know, my dude. I come to relax on this channel. You already know, man. Come on, Vic. You family, man. We appreciate you as always. Shout out to TR3, DK. Shout out to Cash. Shout out to Kimberly. And shout out to Nelly. Shout out to On King David, man. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps again with the growth of the show. You already know how we do, man. I missed somebody. Shout out Tom. We got Tom in the building. My guy Tom. I know I missed somebody thing, man. Appreciate Tom in the building. Ashley and chat family. Hope all is well. Stay blessed and balanced in life. Appreciate that as always, my guy. Appreciate that as always, man. I know I missed somebody thing, you know what I'm saying? Because it be going kind of quick sometimes. So Appreciate that. Yeah, so again, man, um, yeah, we got some great basketball players, but somebody had brought up who did I think have the best handles ever in the NBA. I mean, Kyrie is right up there. If I had to, off the top of my hand, the best top 5 handles, but they different type of handles. I gotta go AI. This is no order. I'm going with AI. I got Kyrie in there. I got Isaiah Thomas. People don't realize how crazy Isaiah was with that thing when he had that thing, when he was doing that thing. Pause. Um, so that's 3 right there. My 4th, I have to go Jamal Crawford. And number 5, I'm gonna go AI. I'm gonna go AI. And there's a couple guys that are arguable for that top 5, but I'll have to put them in my top 10. Like other guys off the top of my head with the crazy handles, Steve Francis, crazy handles, Stephon Marbury. They didn't call him Starberry for no reason. Stephon Marbury had the handles. Nick the Quick Van Axel had them handles. If y'all don't know who that is, look him up. I had another few off the top of my head that just had. John Wall had stupid handles at one particular time. Man, and this one more person off the top of my head I'm forgetting that had just stupid crazy handles. Tim Hardaway had stupid crazy handles, crazy stupid handles. Top 10, I'll probably give Tim Hardaway top 10 easily. Stupid crazy handles, easily. White Chocolate had handles, but I'm not going to give him top 10. He was a better passer, in my opinion, than a handler. The things he could do with the ball in traffic, passing, more so than shake and bake, because he can shake and bake you. The stop, quick crossover that he did to Gary Payton was disgusting. Gary Payton just stopped, like, yo, I didn't know it was coming that quick. Pause. But I think Jason Williams, even though he had a lot of turnovers, but he's one of the best passers we've ever seen. His handles was crazy, but I don't put him in the top 10. I like Steph handles more than White Chocolate, mainly because when Steph used to bop you, he used to get dudes up off of him, like, and it leaded to buckets. When Tim Hardaway bop you, it was leading to a bucket. When Kyrie, it's going to be nasty work. So, but White Chocolate is definitely in that conversation. You can't talk about greatest handles of all time without including White Chocolate in that conversation. Straight like that. A shout out to Rob in the building. Your favorite. Yeah, I'm not that, bro. I'm not that. Please don't troll over here. We don't do that over here, brother. But I appreciate you for tapping and hit them likes, hit the 100s, my brother. We don't do that over here. Please stop it. A shout out to Jim. Better passer. Yeah, I agree. To me, he's a better passer than a handler. But the boy had handles when we talk about White Chocolate as the a passer, shaker, and baker with lots to shake. You, Teresa, you funny. Jamal Crawford. I said Jamal Crawford. Jamal Crawford was actually in my top 5. I had Steve Francis in there too. Talk about Steve. Yeah, Steve Francis was definitely in there. People don't know. See, it kills me when they talk about how the newer players are better than the older players, and it's like, no, there's some really good new players, and they have a lot of skilled new players, but everybody not that skilled like that. They got guys like Steve Francis, Stephon Marbury, Tim Hardaway. They were scoring buckets in a lead full of giants. It was 3 7-footers on the court. For those who don't know, look it up. In the 90s, they played with 3 7-footers. When a guy like KG first came into the league, Kevin Garnett, he played small forward. He didn't play power forward. He didn't play the center. He played small forward. He was lined up next to Tim Gugliotta, and I believe it was Roberts. Stanley Roberts was his center. If it wasn't Stanley Roberts, it might have been, it was another guy outside of Roberts, but he played the 3. He played the 3, and most teams had 3 bigs. So these guys was putting in work with 3 bigs. In today's league, a guy like Steve Francis, 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", crazy fast, crazy handles, it will look crazy. It will look crazy. Steve Francis to me is a more athletic version of Brunson. Brunson is probably the better pure shooter, but as far as creating his own whenever he wants it, and he's athletic enough to go to the basket, throw it on your life. Guys couldn't guard Steve Francis. They couldn't guard him. So, um, yeah, man. Nick the Quick, Van Axel, all those guys, man. Can we stop with the Super 6'7" thing? It's such a stupid saying. Yeah, I'm familiar with the 6'7" thing, but I don't have nobody around me that even speak on it in real conversation. Can transition out of the Roll Jack. Thank you. Thank you, Roll Jack. If anybody in here on weird time, this is not the pod for that. This is not. I try to keep it cool and I try to give y'all some love and I give some people some leeway. But I'm going to hook y'all up with some tickets to the block party if y'all continue to be ridiculous. I think Skip to Malou was better than Steve Francis. No way. Skip to Malou probably had better handles. If you say he had better handles, then I could agree with that. Skip to Malou just got handles, bro. I forgot Skip to Malou. Skip to Malou he's in the top 5. So somebody got to come out the top 5. So that's why I can't put White Chocolate in the top 5. It's just too many guys that really had handles like that. And I forgot all about Skip to Malou. But Skip to Malou is not the better player than Steve Francis. Not at all. They're not even in the same breath. But when it comes to handles and passing, of course. But everything else, Steve Francis, they called him the franchise for a reason. That's Stevie Franchise. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Francis. They changed the rules because of Steve Francis in the league, believe it or not. Steve Francis is one of the reasons why the NBA went to zone. Look it up. I'm trying to tell you because they couldn't handle Steve Francis one-on-one. He was cooking everybody, and he was only 6'3". You had two guards, a small forward trying to guard him, and he was cooking. Cap, go look it up. This guy talking about Cap. Go look it up. I don't speak off of feeling, bro. I don't even care if you believe me or not. Go look it up. Go look it up, Big Cap. Go look it up. He not paying me to say this. Go look it up. Go look it up. He's one of the reasons why. He was cooking. And they couldn't have an 8 seed when they played the Lakers, when the Lakers was the #1 seed in the land with Kobe and Shaq, and they was playing man-to-man. And that series went to game 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken, but it shouldn't have gone there because this was the first time they actually changed the playoff settings in a long time. Because before, the playoff settings actually used to be 5-7-7-7. Then they made it 7-7-7. He was one of the reasons why they did that. Go look it up. I'm probably older than you, so I know more than you, so it's all good. I got nothing but love for you. They did the same thing to Allen Iverson's crossover. They banned him. With the AI crossover, they said it was too high because he was bopping everybody with that thing. It was like, yo, you got to bring it lower. It's a cheat code. Go look it up. For some people that may call it cap, or the one person that's calling it cap, I'm older than you. So I remember. I was a kid at that time. I remember this stuff like yesterday. What are you talking about, cap? Go look it up. What's 999 Trinity stands for? I don't know. I don't know what that means. What you talking about? I don't know if that's a question. Pistol Pete Maravich handles. Yeah, I'm a respect Pistol Pete, but I ain't never really seen him play like that. I watch old clips. I wasn't impressed, but I'm not going to disrespect because without Pistol Pete, you couldn't get the guys that came after Pistol Pete. So, you know what I'm saying? Big Cap. I feel you. Rucker Park is real, man. Rucker Park is real. You go there and get your ass cracked at Rucker Park if your game not right. Actually, you always 100. Night, bro. You already know. Shout out to Tom, man. Shout out to Tom. Rucker gets busy. I have no questions anymore. And I'm not deaf. He's a nice guy. Won the dunk contest 2. Facts. Just because you change paths doesn't mean you change fate. Like it. They didn't start the zones because. I'm not going back and forth on that. Again, I'm older than you. I'm not going back and forth on that. I'm not going back and forth on that. Teresa was pistol. Little David. Yeah, again, I know, like Pistol Pete is way before my time. You know what I'm saying? But I respect him because he played in the era, and without his creativity, you don't get guys. That's why I really pay respect to the guys who came before me in anything. That's why I don't understand people who are in certain industries and they say they don't know this person, but you're in this industry. So there's no way you don't know this person. I'm an artist. I wasn't around the Anita Bakers and the Ray Charles and all these other people, but I know their music. It's disrespectful if I sing them and I act like I don't know who they are. It just makes no sense. And that goes to in any industry that you're in. If you're a major business mogul and you're about your business and you're about making money, how do you not know who this 80-year-old billionaire is because y'all in the same industry, y'all in the same thing? So it kills me when you hear like some of the younger people say that, because it's a cop out. If you in the industry, you have to know the history of the industry, whether it's sports, music, business, whatever industry you're in, you have to know the history. So it's just a cop out when I hear that. He had a short body, big, supernatural. Uh, Definitely Rucker Park. That's where I met Alamo. Sham God, skip to my little. Yeah, Alamo. See, a guy like Ali Mo would have benefited playing in this era. A guy that tall with them type of handles, he would have definitely been in the NBA if he would have kept his grades together. Back then, people cared about grades, and he was just one of those guys that school. When you hear guys didn't make it for certain reasons, and school being one of them, that was a real thing back then. No matter how nice you was as an athlete, if you could not get the scores, you not going nowhere, B. And Ali Mocha Ball. Ali Mocha Ball. Shout out to Ali Mo. Shout out to 81. Hit them likes, hit them 100s. I don't understand what you're saying, but we appreciate you tapping in nonetheless. Mahmoud Raouf. You talking about Mahmoud Raouf? Yeah. Still scoring buckets. Yeah, he was a whole bucket. You talking about Chris Jackson, a.k.a. Chris Jackson. Yeah, definitely. You sure you know. Still the money. I'm tired of winning it because I'm tired of losing it. Yeah, nobody wants to lose no money. Facts. Ali Mo was kicked to the NBA. I believe he was 6'7". Yeah, he was 6'7" for sure. Yeah, see, again, when you hear older players say, "Yo, I could have made it to the league," and this is why I always say the NBA and the NFL is not talent based. You have to have a certain story. You have to fit a certain type of energy. Most players that make it to the league in any sport would tell you that they wasn't the best player growing up. There was a guy on that block was 10 times nicer than him. But at the end of the day, this person had the grades, this person had the height, this person had the story. So all that matters going to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Like even in high school, I've seen probably the best player ever at my high school was probably like a 5'6". I'm being nice when I say that. Maybe like a 5'4" running back. He broke all the records. And he played college football and college basketball. I mean college baseball. But he wasn't the best overall prospect. You see what I'm saying? Because in the next level in college, size matter. You can't be 5'4" like that. You don't see a whole bunch of 5'4" guys in the NFL. In the NBA, size matters. So it makes a difference. Having grades matter too. And having a certain energy matters. Chris Jackson, yes, sir. Shout out to Ray in the building. Hit them likes, hit the 100s, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next segment. I thought I had a Hollywood Need to Ask Us. We're going to go straight to a must-see. I got 3 must-see fire movies to tap into, and I'm ready. All right, so my first must-see movie that y'all must see, again, came out 1991, directed by Aaron Norris. This movie stars Chuck Norris, Michael Parks, Buell Hinton, Salim Front, and Alberto Watson. This movie is called The Hitman. Fire movie. This movie's about a cop who gets double crossed, and you have to watch the rest of the movie. I won't ruin it for you. And make sure you tap in to see The Hitman. Second must-see movie came out 1996, directed by Milos Forman. This movie stars Woody Harrelson, Edward Norton, Courtney Love, Larry Flint, Brett Harrelson, James Cornwell, and Christine Glover. This movie is called The People vs. Larry Flint. Fire movie. If y'all have ever heard of the Playboy and all the nudie magazines back in the day, or the nudie videos, Hugh Hefner, Larry Flint was one of those dudes. He was up there when it came to the nudie magazines and videos and stuff like that. So this is a biopic about that time of his life, The People versus Larry Flint. A great watch, a great biopic. Yeah, we was talking about biopics earlier with Michael Jackson, but we're going to get into detail in that a little bit in the show. But The People versus Larry Flint is a fire must-see movie. Third and final must-see movie came out 2011, directed by J.J. Abrams. This movie stars Ella Fanning, Joel Courtney, Ryan Lee, Riley Griffiths, Gabriel Basso, Kyle Chandler, Zach Miles. This movie is called The Super 8. This movie is about a group of friends in a small town just trying to make a movie. And you have to watch the rest of it. I won't ruin it for y'all. I won't spoil it. So make sure y'all tap in to see Super 8. So my 3 must-see movies. Make sure y'all tap in. It's Sunday, so y'all got all week to tap into these. And let me know if y'all seen them, and we could chop it up about it. Again, number 1, The Hitman. Number 2, The People vs. Larry Flint. And number 3, Super 8. Make sure y'all tap into those movies. Let me tap back into the chat real quick. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to, hey, we got Maria in the building. Appreciate Maria for tapping in. You already know how we do. Don't forget that them likes, get them 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. Everybody. Yes, hey, sir, how you doing? I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. I'm still practicing for my tour. New Edition and myself. Bless you with some tickets for the show. I would love that. I would really appreciate that. Come and see you do your thing. For honoring my father. Appreciate that. Shout out to Maria. Shout out and rest in peace to Christopher Rivera, a major supporter of the show. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to 81 in the building. I don't understand what you're saying, but again, I appreciate it. Shout out to Meat in the building. Cam Scatterbull was 5-something running through 6-foot defenders. All heart. No. Cam Scatterbull is not 5'4". He's not 5'6". Cam Scatterbull is like a legit, at least 5'9", 5'10". Legit. That's different. That's different. All heart. Yes, all heart indeed. All heart indeed. But Cam Scatterbull is not a light player neither. He runs hard. He runs behind his pads. So Cam Scatterbull not 5'4". How many 5'4" running backs is in the NFL? But I get the point that you're making about being is all heart. But again, size matter in the NFL, because if that was the case, you would see nothing but the prototype back in the NFL would be 5'4", 5'5", 5'6". You see what I'm saying? You have to be on a whole nother level of special to make it to the NFL, and you have to fit a certain storyline. It's not always about talent, and that's the main reason why I say that, because it's not always about talent. Talent eventually makes its way, but it's not. Talent's not the main thing in the NFL and the NBA. Super 8 was fantastic. All the kids died at the end. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Tom. Larry Flint was a solid movie. Great casting. Yes. Courtney, what was her name again? Courtney Love. Oh my God, her performance in that was crazy. Muggsy Bogues, beast. Muggsy Bogues was a beast. He was a beast. He's 5'10". Yeah, he's not a small guy. 5'10". The 5'10" is not a small guy for the NFL. Believe it or not, there's a lot of guys throughout history that have been 5'10". But 5'10" is not 5'4". There's a difference. That's not 5'4". The guy I'm talking about from high school was literally 5'4". And he was probably the best player that came from the school as far as a player. But we had several players that made it to the lead from my school. So he wasn't the best prospect when college viewed players. If he ran, and mind you, this play I'm talking about ran for like 2,500 yards in the span of like 8 games. right? In the span of 8 games. That's crazy, right? But he's 5'4", 160 pounds, kicking ass, right? But we have other guys who are 5'11", 6'1", 6'2", that ran 4'4", 4'5". If you're an NFL guy, who are you going to go get? If you got a guy who's 6'1", 235 pounds, that he runs a 4'4", but he didn't have the career this kid had, and this is high school, who you going to take? You're going to take the 6'1" that runs the 4'4", right? But this guy is more talented. So that's size matters. If it didn't matter, the NFL wouldn't look the way it does. The first thing the coach said to me when I got to college, I played running back. He said, no matter how good you are, you're a dime a dozen, baby. He said, I could get a guy that don't have to be as good as you just to be productive. Because running backs, receivers, DBs, y'all fall off trees. This is what he said. Fast guys will walk in and out this damn room all day. Y'all fall off trees. It don't exist without the O-line or the D-line. That's exactly what this coach said to me. So yeah. I'm 6'2", quarterback. That's good. That's a fact. That's a fact. But again, y'all making my point, right? Russell Wilson is 5'10", 5'11", right? Kyler Murray's 5'10", 5'11". But that's not the prototype. They don't want guys who are that short being in the league. So y'all making my point. Y'all making my point. Only running back I know, Maurice Drew-Jones was 5'7". Yeah, Darren Sproles. It's been like a few guys. But y'all making my point though. Spud Webb was nice. Shout out to my boy Big Spud Webb was nice. But you don't see, y'all keep making my point when y'all name I know all these players y'all talking about, but there's not a whole, you don't see, we talking about in the history in the NBA, y'all have named probably like 6 guys who are like 5'6", 5'7", 5, like, y'all making my point. Y'all making my point. Shout out to Amin in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them likes at the 100s. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Y'all making my point, though. Y'all making my point. Thank you. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next one. Our artist. Make sure y'all tap into this artist. I'm going to give y'all 3 popping songs to tap into. Y'all know how I do. I'll profile an artist each and every episode, whether they new or old, whether it's hip-hop or R&B. I'm just going to give y'all some fire. All right, so tonight's artist is R&B. Make sure y'all tap and put these 3 songs on your playlist. This artist's name is the legendary Aaron Hall, R&B artist. Put these 3 songs. Number 1, Do Anything. Number 2, Don't Be Afraid. Number 3, Until the End of Time. Make sure y'all put those 3 songs on your playlist, again, by Aaron Hall. Again, number 1, Do Anything. Number 2, Don't Be Afraid. Number 3, Until the End of Time. Put those on your playlist. Shout out to Tom. I believe when Ashley is saying is that those 5, 6 guys are anomalies. They're not the norm. Like, because the whole purpose of what I'm saying is that the NFL and the NBA is not talent-based. Talent eventually makes its way to the league. But these guys are not picked solely for talent. They have to fit a box. You have to get chose. If you're not a part of the sad story or whatever story that they want to curtail, then you're not going to get chose. Simple and plain. Each player could tell you about a guy from their neighborhood that was better than them. So why they didn't get picked and they did? You have to fit the program. So y'all making my point. Y'all making my point. Rowan Jack, the Harlem Globetrotters. You know, the Harlem Globetrotters, anybody could be on the Harlem Globetrotters if you're skilled enough. If you're skilled. They don't do anything by height and size. They go purely on skill. If you're super skilled, you could get on the Harlem Globetrotters, you know what I'm saying? Rex in Effect. Shout out to Ray. He said Rex in Effect. That's Rex in Effect still got that one song still to this day. Like, y'all probably laugh at me for that, but Rex and Effect, that song still go hard. Shout out to Teddy Riley with the new Jack Swing. Like, that song still go hard. I don't care if y'all diss me or joke on me, but that song still go hard. Like, anytime it come on, all I wanna do is and but come on, man. That get the summer cracking for me. The summer ain't the summer unless I put that on. I don't care how old I get, for real. Shout out to Sunday. Appreciate Sunday for tapping and hit them likes, hit the 100s. We're gonna hook you up with some special tickets though. We're gonna hook you up. We can't have, I don't do the bots. If I catch it, I will hook you up. X Clan is so underrated. Have you read the book Salt to My Shoes? It says it's all Tale Matters Plus the most OG book alive. Never heard of it. I will tap into that. I will tap into that. So that goes into my next one. Y'all must read the book. They give y'all a must-read book each and every episode. The book I want y'all to tap into, The Ultimate Survival Medicine Guide, an emergency preparation or preparedness for any disaster. It's a great book to read. And these times, you just never know what the hell is going on. And you need, this book could give you a foundation in some sort of medicine, even for around the house. It could save somebody's life. You could save your life. And anybody that's around you. So make sure y'all tap into this book. Again, it's called The Ultimate Survival Medicine Guide, Emergency Preparedness for Any Disaster. And this book is by Joseph Alton, MD, and Amy Alton, ARNP. So make sure y'all tap into that book. All right, y'all, moving on to our next one. Send them to turkey or nah. Send them to turkey or nah. We type in T to send them to turkey, or we type in N not to send them to Turkey. The rules is very simple. And the reason why we do that, because Turkey has some of the craziest laws we've ever heard of. And it's an inside joke on the show that, you know, we send people to Turkey when they on some BS. First one of the night. The rapper Blueface. The rapper Blueface, well, his father, the rapper Blueface, his father was caught on camera to what it seemed to be doing a swab test for his baby, Krishan. He was off in the corner. They didn't show him doing it, but he had the little swab, and I don't know if Blueface was trying to distract Krishan from getting the swab, but you could see he had the little swab, like they was going to do the home test to make sure before things move forward, and Blueface is home. So are we sending him to Turkey for wanting to give that test on the low ski like that? Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Y'all know the rules. Type it in to send them, type in N not to send them to Turkey, and type in T to send them to Turkey. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, the rapper Blueface, his father, is seen with a swab to do a home test if it's child, a paternity test if it's his kid. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Yeah, I'm hooking people up with some tickets right off the bat. I won't even go back and forth if I catch it. I'm seeing send them to Turkey. I'm seeing a whole lot of turkeys in the chat. I'm seeing a whole lot of turkeys. Nah, he good. Roy Jack said, nah, he good. I'm smarter than the dude though. They want to know. They want to know the truth. Oh, so Emily's saying, nah, they want to know the truth. Turkey, turkey, turkey. I'm seeing Biggs, no turkey. I want to see a meme pic with the kid's face beard. The brother was with the girl his whole life, career. I never seen that girl, nobody else. Send the father and Blueface to Turkey. Me personally, I can't send them to Turkey. I can't send them to Turkey. I'm agreeing with a few of y'all in the chat. Reason being, this situation is super toxic. This situation is something that is a cautionary tale. This situation, I don't think none of us will watch that and will want to go through the things that they're going through, or want to our children when they get older to go through situations of what they're going through. So I can't send it to Turkey. And then Krishan has been linked to multiple different men. You've seen before Blueface went to jail that he was trying to do a paternity test then. 2 years later, he's still, and it was more so the father, you know what I mean? His father, I should say. So I can't send them to Turkey on that. The family wants to know for sure. And here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. I said this before on the chat. This should be an automatic paternity test on all kids. I don't care if you're married or if this is just a hookup. It should always be a paternity test. You just never know. As a man, you just hope and pray that you trust your woman on that level. When she's pregnant, you know it's yours. You feel like you're the only one that been leaking and creaking all up in them guts. But let's keep it real. There are some women, and I know there's women in the chat, they'll probably disagree with me, but I don't care because I'm a dude and I dealt with women who was married or engaged or had boyfriends or serious boyfriends. Believe it or not, in most women, not all, in most women's life, there's one guy, no matter if he's with somebody, if she has somebody, if he comes around, that woman shuts everything down for him. He always gets a crack. Always. No matter if you're the husband, if you're the steady boyfriend, you're paying the bills, and something seemed off a little one day, your girl was around that guy. Not all women, but most. And in some cases, the husband, you might be the dude that's that dude. So kudos to the guys who are that. But I'm telling you, regardless if you see her every day or every other day or every few years, you will always get to crack. So in this particular situation, I can't get mad at that. I mean, I can't send it to Turkey. I can't send it to Turkey, me personally. You know, again, their situation is super toxic. He had reason to believe that she was cheating that we don't know about. So I can't send it to Turkey. Now that he's out, he just spent 2 years in jail. You know, somebody want to know something before they move this thing forward. So shout out to them. Shout out to Tommy, said Roll Jack is funny. Bro, she was broke. She broke into his house and became a super fan, then went a ho on that turkey. I seen the video that you talking about too, Meek. I seen the video that you talk about when she was in the studio with Blueface and DDG. Yeah, she was doing a lot. She was doing a lot. Kissing his back and all that. And then the next video, she got the other dude. Like, it's just crazy. It's very toxic over there. It's very toxic. Very toxic. But at the end of the day, what I do respect about Blueface in this situation, trying to be, even when you dibble and dabble, you have to own up to your responsibility. You want to know for sure. Every man wants to know for sure. And if you look at your child or said to be your child and you like, I don't know. You want to know. You want to find out. So again, I'm not going to send it to Turkey on that regard. Do y'all remember the altercation she had with the father and Blueface family? That is the reason why he needs to go to Turkey with the father and now take the whole family to Turkey. Tom is stupid. Are you a singer? I'm a rapper. I'm an artist. I should say I'm an artist. I rap and I sing. I can do both. But I'm a rapper though. Yes, he was. Yeah, yo, this situation is super duper toxic. I know why they did it on the sneak. The only real issue I really have with the whole situation is you don't need to put it on camera. You don't need to put it on vid. But that's a part of the brand. Like, they show everything. A lot of this stuff the public don't really need to know. But once y'all put it out there, we able to talk about it. And, you know, I'm not mad at it, but I would have just said, yo, we're going to test the baby. Ain't nothing you going to do about it. It is what it is. That's just me personally. I don't need no test because my son looks like me. I feel you. My daughter is the same way. Like, after my daughter was born and I looked that up, like, yeah, that's mine, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that I really had anything to worry about that I felt at the time, but you just never know, right? So I would have been a jerk taking my BM to Maury Polridge And we're like, yeah, Maury, that ain't my baby. She don't got the nose, the eyes, and the whole crowd would have been like, now you know you wrong, Ash. Like, that kid looked just like you, yo. Like, get up out of here, yo. They would have booed me out and all that. You know what I'm saying? They would have booed me in, and then they would have booed me out. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have been the daddy. I'm the pappy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fam Facts. Are you Ashley Cole's son? Can you sing Just Friends by Music Soul Child? Shout out to Ray in the building. Should he had snuck a dirty diaper swab? Yo, love from Brazil. God bless you and your daughter. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm not busting no vocals right now, my brother. Like, people kill me with that. Like, people just like, yo, sing something right now. Like, you a jukebox. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be in the mood to do all that. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just a note or two. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to hear some music, some vocals, I got plenty of songs that's actually out that does well. So just type in Ashley Lovechild and all that will pop up, man. You know, rapper smoke weed every day. Yeah, I don't smoke no weed, man. I know a lot of rappers that don't smoke weed. Ashley, if you come to find out that your beautiful daughter isn't yours, somebody's not going to Turkey. They may be going to the moon right after that, my brother. Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, if I found out my daughter wasn't mine, at this point in the game, yo, I think I'll just be. It's nothing I could do about it. Like, my daughter would still be my daughter if she wasn't my daughter. I'll probably look a little younger than what y'all think, but I'm actually 41, so my daughter is actually 22 years old. So this is a grown woman we're talking about. I was outside early, y'all. I was outside early. Y'all thought I was playing when I said I was outside. I was outside. Yeah, all that. You know what I'm saying? Had all of them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. You have to super chat like 500. You have to super chat like 500. Shout out to Row with Jack. Yeah, I miss somebody's Kanye love from Brazil. I think I tapped into Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. Should have. I got that. Yeah, so just pull up on Spotify. Yeah, appreciate that, Ray. Appreciate that, Ray. I didn't want that to sound no type of way, but I appreciate that, Ray. Appreciate that. Oh, it's crazy. Shout out to TT in the building. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show, y'all. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next one. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time to rap. This segment is specially brought to you by Button Snaps. Again, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. That's the word button, hyphenated sign, and the word snaps.com. Again, that's the word button, hyphenated sign, then the word snaps.com. First hot topic of the night. Question. Would y'all be comfortable taking back someone after you've seen them in current relationships? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. And again, that's the question. Would you be comfortable taking somebody back after you done seen them in current relationships? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Shout out to Tom. I'm 48 and my son is 32. Shout out to fam in the building. Tom, no, if we outside early, don't think the women are outside early too. With other guys, just tell me it's not a problem for Blueface to get a DNA test and you don't have to go to Turkey. Shout out to Tom. Nah, I'm better off. Rowan Jack, Vic, I'm 43, my son 27. See, you know what I'm saying? We was outside early, you know what I'm saying? We can't help, you know what I mean? We was out here like Bruce Leroy, you know what I'm saying? Had the glow early, you know what I'm saying? So, and we had dudes in our neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, that didn't believe that we catch bullets with our teeth. We catch bullets with our teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't believe it. We had that glow, you know what I mean? We had the golden glow. You feel me? Had no handles, Nah, I'm going to my ex. It's deli. Just move on. It's always going to be the same. I feel you on that. Damn, yo, shout out to me. I feel you on that. Uh, Cracking. Nah, it would be like trying to fix a. It would be like trying to fix a broken glass with strong glue. It can stay fixed, but it will never be the same glass. Love that. Time facts. Uh, Not only that we had the aunties chasing us too, telling me I'm trying. Yo, the older my first experience. Yeah, I'm gonna be telling too much on here, but yeah, time. Yes, yes. We came from that era. Yes, and the aunties did not care. Shout out to Vic. Magnums A cheap. I'm trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? And you see, luckily for me, my mother worked at Supreme Court of New York. So by the time I was like at 12, 13, and again, I grew up at a different time, my mother was bringing me home condoms on a regular, you know what I'm saying? Me and my older brother, you know what I'm saying? That man in the back was bringing home us, bringing home condoms, you know what I'm saying? We was activated, you feel me? My mom's was real with it. She's like, yo, I already know what's up. Like, it is what it is. I work 2 jobs. I can't be home and trying to put food on the table at the same time. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, my brother older than me, so he activated, and I'm definitely activated. So, like, it was crazy. My mom was like, it's a sin. What's up, Yella? So, oh, we got Malu in the building. Appreciate Malu in the building as always. If it's a real man when you was young whippersnapper, them older women were chasing young brothers back then. It wasn't chasing you. It was different. It was different back then, but yeah, it's a real thing. Like we was outside. We was outside. You know what I'm saying? But some of y'all was answering the question in the chat. Are you comfortable taking back somebody after you've seen them in the current relationships? And I say relationships, like you've seen them with somebody or maybe two. Would you be comfortable getting back with that person? A couple of y'all in the chat said no because it's basically like fixing broken glass, and you can fix the glass, but it won't be the same. I'll probably flub that up a little bit, but sentiment is all the same, right? So a lot of y'all are saying no straight out. Me personally, I'm gonna say hell no. Now I'm gonna be honest. I did try to take back somebody that we was together for a long time, and they wasn't with nobody from my understanding, and I wasn't with anyone. So when you with somebody and you have history and y'all kind of break up and then y'all make up, and it was one of those type of things. If she had somebody, oh, best believe the phone is clicking off. I don't do them games. If I'm in a long relationship and we break up and I see she's getting her back cracked by another dude, guess what? It would never be what we had. Now I could crack you, but I won't wife you. That's just the type of time I'm on. If we're together, we break up, you go get cracked, I'm never taking you back. I could crack you for crack's sake, just to like, hey, bye. I could do one of those, but I'm not taking you back as in like, yo, you my girl, because it's nothing more fearful to any man than wifing somebody that's easily available to other women. I'm sorry, to other men. It's nothing more fearful than that. It's nothing more fearful than you here with her, you kissing her all in the mouth, and there's a dude like, yeah, he don't even know. Like, he kissing, like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And maybe my fear is because I've been on the other side of that. I've dealt with women who had boyfriends, who've had husbands and stuff like that. Not proud of it. I'm not saying that like I'm bragging. I'm saying it because that was my experience with them, and they still went home to deal with them. So I couldn't imagine putting in all that time, love, and energy and having to, like, that's scary. That's scary for any man. So me personally, I couldn't take the person back. I couldn't take the person back. That's just me personally. That's just me personally. In the chat, they saying tainted, go both ways. No, it don't. I disagree with you, Malu. I disagree with you. It don't go both ways. It don't go both ways. I disagree with you on that. I disagree with you on that. I've been Sanchez too. Yeah, that's a fun. He said I've been Sanchez too. Yo, that is funny. Not funny that it happened to you. It's just the word that you used was hilarious. Rapper Max B is out. Wavy is out. Yeah, I seen that earlier. He was at the Jets game. Billy knocked out. Door knock. Uh, go both ways. I can understand if you was ex together 4 or 5 years. That's different because it's a little bit more solid in a year, 6 months. Yes, tainted. Hi Patrick. Ray, yo, my first tag name is out. Thanks for the feed. Oh, you heard my first tag name, right? Appreciate that, Ray. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. He said that's fire. Appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for that. I usually end my relationships. So I missed a couple of y'all's. It does 100%. I would reject a dude if I put my eggs a lot of baskets and he could never win like that. See, it don't go both ways though. It don't, for you it may, but the reason why it don't go both ways because it's a double standard. I understand double standards. You understand double standards, and there's a double standard for men, and there's a double standard for women. Not the same. It's not the same. Shout out to Big Nobody here, Ashley. It does. Nah, I can't agree with you. Can't agree with you. Nah, See, if I go crack something, you know what I'm saying, and you go crack something, it hits different because the person, when women deal with sexual contact with men, that means you actually like this dude. You're inviting somebody into your body space. That's different. That's different. Guys, we could crack somebody and don't even remember her name. Most women, y'all don't smash guys to not to remember their name. Y'all don't do that. Like men, we don't care. We go to the club right now. If a girl in there like, yo, you trying to get some top, and she look cool and she cool, and if she do it a certain type of way, you gonna get some top, and don't even know her name. So y'all can't do the same. You can't do it. I lost track. Not all women, Ash. Now I didn't. But see, again, I didn't say all women. I said most. I said most women have a guy that they really want to be with in their life, whether they're together with them or not. Some guys is actually with the woman that woman want to be with. That's what I said. But most of the women got a guy that can still clap them cheeks anytime he come around. It's just something about that dude's energy to that guy. I mean, that dude's energy to that woman that he could just clap. I'm just saying. I didn't say all. I said most. See what I'm saying? And some of y'all who are married, oddly enough, y'all lucky enough to be married, to be the guy that, you know, that woman see like that. I'm always saying all women. When Kevin Hart cheated on his wife, he was the bad guy. When Jada Pinkett Smith cheated on Will, it was like, what did Will do to get cheated on? I like to spend on that. Big facts. I got a couple of them. You have ever... Shout out to OD in the building. We're going to hook you up, my brother. We're going to hook you up. Don't worry, we got you. I'm going to just hook you up with some tickets to the block party. It's cool. I'm saying, yeah, that's a good fact that you made, Tom. That's a good fact that you made. But what we don't know, and what I didn't find out later on, is that everybody was looking at Will Smith like he was crazy, and you're absolutely right. They were looking at him like, what did he do for Jada to get cheated on? for him to get cheated on by Jada. But real talk, they haven't been together in a minute. That's just rich married couple shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know, we got all the millions. You know what I'm saying? We got all this. You know what I mean? It's just cheaper to keep. But like, yo, you chill in this house. You know what I'm saying? You do what you do in this house. I'ma do what I do in that house. But keep this shit discreet. Keep this shit in house. Don't let what you do get out this house. You know what I'm saying? Keep your hoes in check. That's why Will Smith had that look on his face when he was like, Jada, what did you do? She was like, I had an entanglement. He was like, an entanglement? Because they wasn't together. And if you ever seen Will Smith crib, that shit is like a zip code. Matter of fact, the crib is its own zip code. I did the research on it. The crib is their own zip code. It's a massive. So that's just rich people shit. Like, yo, you stay in here. You do you, I'ma do you. It wasn't supposed to get out. You know what I'm saying? And she happened to choose a guy who was homosexual. Like, come to find out, he like boys. So he cracking Jada. Like, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole nother story. But you get what I'm saying. Decision making is crazy, right? That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And but you're right. When Kevin Hart cheated, it was like, yo, Kevin Hart is a monster. What is he doing on this beautiful queen? Oh, go queen! You such a queen. You don't. What Kevin Hart deserve? You ain't like, get out of here. You're not gonna find another Kevin Hart, boo. You're not. And I'm not talking about. I'm not judging him off his looks. I'm talking about what he does overall for the lifestyle. So you're gonna leave Kevin Hart, like for real, think about it. What's the options, for real? You're gonna leave Kevin Hart, you're gonna leave a billionaire, right? Because Kevin Hart is damn near a billionaire. Prestige on your name being Mrs. Hart. Children, you can get over a little, a little sneak action, you know what I'm saying? And the world is not gonna look at you different. It's gonna be like, that's a good woman. She stood by her man. You know what I'm saying? And she's doing that. She's not looked at as the woman that got cheated on. She looked at as Mrs. Hart. What she gonna do? Leave him, get with a dude who can't provide none of this, gonna bust her ass real good and still cheat. You know what I'm saying? What's he gonna do? Jeffrey was actually, you right, back to Africa. Shout out to yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying now, Malu. I see what you said about that. Loyalty is a factor. If you don't have that, one don't need me. That's a fact. I like that. I'm big on loyalty myself. As far as like, I don't check. If I'm dating somebody or with somebody, I don't check their phone. I assume you're not cheating on me. Because if I found out that you are, I don't need to finish that. It's nothing, no violence or nothing like that, but it's over. Did he smash? It was just the raw. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm not gonna finish that row with Jack. I'm not gonna finish that. Vic got Winslow on. Yo, Vic, chill. All right, so YouTube has sent me a notice saying that there's some comments that's inappropriate and they holding it for review. It just popped up on my screen. So, keep it funny, y'all, but that, also, find creative ways to say what y'all gonna say because, YouTube just sent me a notice on live, which is crazy. Think of the question. Two ditties. You know what was crazy though? Like I seen a Blueface thing when he came out. And I seen it on live, and he was talking to the girl on the phone, and he was like, "Yo, you gonna come on, you gonna get it cracking." And he was like, "So, what if I want to go in the buttocks?" You know what I'm saying? Or yo, bring the lube. And it was like, and the chat was killing him. He was like, "Yo, he just got home talking about buttocks." Like, yo, like that's the last thing you want. You just came home for 2 years in jail. Like, yo, bro, they was killing him in the chat, but that shit was funny though. He was like, yo, that's the last thing you want to do, B. Danger. When you taste the brown sugar, me either. No, this person actually. Another double standard. If you was to hurt that bad, Kevin Hart, why don't you change your name to the original name, but you still have the name Heart. Facts. Facts. If it's dry, you should try. Yo, y'all got me cracking up for real. Like, I got tears coming out my eyes a little bit. Like, y'all are funny. Talk about hot dog water. Damn, that's yo. Y'all really got tears coming out my eyes. Like, yo, y'all gotta chill. Like, y'all gotta chill. Do the blacks create or destroy? If it tastes like fish, make it a y'all are funny. Y'all are funny. If it tastes like fish, make it a dish. Y'all are creative. Y'all are y'all are funny for real, yo. Y'all are funny. Y'all are funny, yo. I'm over here like really like chuckling, yo. And I got like low key the tears is like at the crest of my eyes, like, oh my god, this is bad bitch who's and eating all that oil. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. Hot dog water. Yo, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. Hot dog water is an old saying I came up with like back in the day. Like, yo, y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. But it was just and I seen the clip. It was crazy. Like when you do 2 years in jail. You can't talk about having a shorty and you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Backdoor activities. Like, yo, you just got out, bro. Like, what you talking about? Like, yo, you had access to that. You know? It's like, yo, you ain't trying to hit. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what? Like, y'all gotta chill. You know what I'm saying? Hot dog water, crazy. Oh my god. Caesar salads, a la carte. Oh my god, yo, y'all gotta chill. Why is Blueface talking about? I can't even say. Just pause. We just locked up with a whole lot of a lot of dudes. You was talking about pause. Exactly 100. Backdoorian business. I'm trying to tell you, back in business. Y'all are funny, yo. All right, moving on to the next hot topic, yo. Y'all funny. All right, 27-year-old Eric McMichael. He assaulted a 12-year-old girl, and he was caught. He did this in Brooklyn in a housing project. 2 counts of gate. Luckily, police did catch him. He's now in custody. And let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, shout out to Rowan Jack. He just gifted 14 more people some gifteds. Again, thank you for that, Rowan Jack, man. Appreciate that. One of our gold members of the podcast, man. One of our day ones and big badge holders. Thank you, chat. You are my people. These shows are time capsules for Ash. I appreciate that grandkids getting some life advice. Trying to tell you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Gotta talk about the brown, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate it. Appreciate Roy Jack. Posterior shenanigans. Yo, y'all are funny, yo. Blueface was missing Big Pooh. Yo, chill. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill. Malu, 100%. Y'all gotta chill, yo. I'm trying not to. That's why I went to the serious subject matter, because I'm trying to stop laughing right now. Y'all say y'all got me chuckling. You know what I'm saying? Like the 27-year-old man Eric McMichael assaulted a 12-year-old girl. He gaped her. Luckily, police caught him. He's in police custody. He's up for 2 counts of rape. Again, I hope this man does life. I hope he does life. I hope he never gets out. I hope that he faces the worst of the worst when he's behind bars, because to do that to a young lady, a 12-year-old girl who can't do anything to defend against this grown-ass man, and he felt like he could do that mainly because the area that she lived in, it was in the Brooklyn housing project. And when people come from underwhelming circumstances and environments, they are easier targets because everybody is not where they're supposed to be. And it's unfortunately that you would think in a housing project, people are walking in and out all day. That's not the case. So unfortunately, this happened, but fortunately, they did catch him, and that he doesn't have the chance to do this to anyone else. So again, I hope he gets a life, never sees the light of day, and everything negative that he's supposed to get behind this, I hope he receives. Uh, he's lucky. He ain't. That's a fact, Malu. That's a fact. Shout out to Devontae, who his name is Eric McMichaels. Eric McMichaels, 27-year-old man. He did this in Brooklyn. He did this to a 12-year-old girl. Yeah, that's a fact. He did this to a 12-year-old little girl. So I mean, that's just horrific. That is horrific. And for me, right, I just never understood. Again, it's I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound like a brag, right? But when you a grown man, you have access to ass. This should never be a resolution in your brain where you say, yo, I'm going to take it from anybody. I'm going to take it. Like, yo, I'm taking it. Like, yo, from anybody, let alone a little girl or a little boy, let alone taking it is taking. That's terrible altogether. You a grown man. A grown man has the power to create motion for himself. It's not hard to get ass. I live in Florida now. I've seen homeless dudes walk down the street with a chick. It's not hard. No matter what level you at. So the seriousness of this crime is just terrible. And again, I hope he gets life. I really hope that whatever his energy has lined up for him that's negative, I hope he receive all of that to the max. All of that to the max. I missed a couple of y'all facts. Did you see American Me, where he get a taste of the prison? I did see that. Yes. That's probably like in the first like 25 minutes of the movie, which is wild. That movie is wild. That movie is wild. That movie is wild. Low key, in the late 80s, early 90s, you start seeing a lot of movies that anytime they talk about jail life or prison life, they put Gape in that, whether it was man on man or somebody's in there for that, and it was unexpected. And it was like, did the movie need that? You know what I mean? But I guess it did to make the point that it made, because it goes to the trauma, and it goes to if you ever felt like you was taken advantage of, it's you would feel like it's a powerless thing or whatever the case may be, and it's kind of like taking your power when you fight against that, not to do that to somebody else, because hurt people do hurt people, which is like another common denominator. And in this country, we love monsters. We love monsters. We have people who are logic that don't love monsters, and we have people that love monsters. We just just love it. I just love it. Like, for me, it's hard for me to watch certain movies that involve real life monsters. Like, it's one thing to watch Freddy Krueger and Jason because it's meant to be that. It's meant to be scary. It's kind of like, it's fictional. It's fantasy-ish. Not fantasy, but you get what I'm saying. It's entertainment, right? But when you do movies, like, it took me a long time to watch that Jeffrey Dahmer monster stuff. It's going to take me a longer time to watch the newer monster that came out with Ed Gein. Then they released something else with Gacy. Like, our culture just love monsters that do stuff like this. Love it and love to see it. Like, so Roman, thanks, same to you. So I missed a couple of y'all stuff. Me shouldn't have been punished for taking out a predator. Yeah, I missed a couple of y'all stuff. Me, Aaron Spencer, who in 2024 said he shot and killed his 14-year-old daughter alleged abuser when the system failed, and now running for county sheriff in Arkansas. Where's the brothers at tonight? A shout out to Greg Frost in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. I'm just seeing some of this stuff. Are y'all sure? That's been a good Making that, buddy. What's the chat? Also, still working. Big love. Night fam. Shout out to Rowan Jack, man. That's my dude right there. One of our day ones, one of our big bad holders, always supporting the show. Shout out to Rowan Jack. But yeah, shout out to Kai in the building. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. Appreciate that. Appreciate the love. Another great movie, American History X. I brought up American History X in a must see movie. Yeah, that's another great movie, and it would change perspective, and that's why I say principle is very flexible, because when you too principle based, you could go to jail and sitting in the cell for being too principle based, and you didn't have to waste your life being too principle based. There's a such thing as going too far. At first, I never thought when it came to your principles that it was ever such thing, but it is. It is. Shout out to Rowan Jack. He also just gifted some more y'all in the chat. Man, appreciate Rowan Jack, man. Just always supporting the show, the podcast, man. Shout out to Rowan Jack. And some thank yous need to be sent to Rowan Jack Wade, to the new members of the chat, man, to the show. Truth, this all right. Shout out to Bayou. Shout out to Bayou. I'm gonna give you another chance, Bayou. I'm gonna give you another chance. I'm gonna give you one more chance. I'm gonna give you one more chance. Because you look like you could be the next contestant. So I'm gonna give you another chance. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Former. Oh, I'm skipping one. Question. Is it up to your friends to take care of you when you're effed up? That's a question. Again, is it up to your friends to take care of you when you effed up? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Again, the question is it up to your friends to take care of you when you're effed up? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. The reason why I even asked this question, because I've seen several people in the media space, celebrities, I've heard in personal space, whether friends of a friend or another friend or a distant friend or whatever the case may be, people feel like when they get into a messed up situation that they lean on their friends to get them out of it. And if their friends don't get them out of the situation, they don't look at that friendship as the same. So is it up to your friends to get you out of a messed up situation if you're in one? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Shout out to Jim. Peace, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. Jim, man, appreciate you tapping in. It helps with the growth of the show. Thank you. But let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Is it up to your friends to take care of you when you're effed up? Me personally, I've seen this with people. I've seen the kid, Kevin McCall, talking about Tyrese, that he was effed up and he was expecting Tyrese to move him into he was expecting Tyrese to move him in his home while he was homeless, or when he was going through something. And not just him, and I've heard also in personal space of friends of friends, former friends of mine, that felt like they was owed something because they was in a messed up way. Me personally, I think that you can help a friend, but it's not up to you to get them out of situation. It's not up to you. If you're my friend, you wouldn't even put that on me. I'm the type of friend, if I'm messed up or going through something, that's not even the type of energy I put out, because the one thing I do suffer from that is sinful is a pride. When I need help, no, I'm lying. I don't have problem asking for help if it's anything outside of money. If I need money, I'm just going to work harder, hunker down, and get money. But anything else, I have no problem asking for help. And I guess that's a bit of a sin, right? Because any type of pride is kind of considered sin, right? But I just have pride in myself and pride in for the things that I worked hard for and the type of life that I built for myself. And I wouldn't put it on any of my friends to do something for me in order for me to eat. I just won't do that. I just can't do that. I don't want to lean on anybody to make sure that I'm good and putting them out their way. So I wouldn't expect anybody to do that to me. I've had friends do that to me. I had family do that to me, or at least try, right? So I just don't believe that it's up to your friends to get you out of a bad situation. They can help you in whatever capacity that they can help you, but when they help you, you can't put them out of their way. And that's how I look at that as well too. So let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. I owe my boy. Thinks about talk of the father. Shout out to Ty Hulk in the building. Ashley 100%. Jim, no, don't owe anything, but real friendship returns good energy. That is a fact, Malu. That is a fact. Flecker, I won second place. Jim, pride is healthy when it's a dose, not wrong to another. Okay, I could accept that. I gotta watch for my own. I gotta watch out for my own. That's all I have at the end of the day. Choices and also better do crime along the way. Shout out to Paint. Shout out to Paint. Appreciate you tapping in. Streets told me you got knocked the F out. You saw. I love the joke. Thank you for that. Appreciate you, Paint. Appreciate that. I love the joke. Love the joke. That's from Friday. That's from Friday. If a friend in help, you owe them that. Fame boy, true player. No, if they help you, Ashley, it's not their responsibility, but if they're able to, it would be nice. And see, my thing also with that too, real friends will see the struggle and do it off the strength. Shout out to Ike. I was just about to go there. See, here's my thing when it comes to help, right? When you see your friends struggle, it's not on you to do that. If it's in your spirit to help, you can help. No problem. But if it takes you out of your way, because my main thing is I've helped several people. And I'm not saying that because I'm up here. And what I learned, people, when they in need of help, they don't want what you give them. They want what you have. And that's what makes it scary. So again, you have the means to help somebody, right? And you say, yo, I'm gonna help you. And I'm gonna help you do this, and this. And you do all of that, and in your eyes, you're being solid. You're being a friend by helping them get out of a situation, and you're making it easier for them. But at the end of the day, they looking at it like, yeah, he did this, but he didn't do that. See how that go? Even when you help somebody, it's not what you give them, it's what you have. You ever been around somebody and they try to like calculate your money? Like, yo, I know you make this, so if you make this, then you know what I'm saying, so you have to have extra that. Like, yo, how you counting my bread? Like, what you got going on? So we have to be very careful with that, because a good friend, in my eyes, won't put me in a situation to make me feel that I have to do something in order for them to breathe. No. Because again, if that was me on the other hand, you wouldn't even know I was messed up. And if you're around me and I'm messed up and you see it, okay, then you see it. I won't expect you to do anything, because I know that God has a place for me. And certain things I cannot control. So if I'm in that situation, I have to find a way to hunker down and figure it out. I can't depend on any of my friends to do this or to do that for me. I can't. And that's not saying anything personal to anybody. I'm saying I won't put them in that type of headspace. Like, yo, I need to go do an extra hour at work because, yo, Ash told me he need this. I can't put that on him. I can't. He got kids to feed. What type of friend am I being if I'm taking food off your table to, you know what I'm saying, out of your kid's mouth? Like that, to me, that's not a friend either. And again, when you give and you're a cheerful giver, some people view it as I don't want what you gave me. I want what you have. So that's why I think that as a friend, it's not up to you to take care of them when they mess up. You can help, but to take care of them, like, so you want me to be your daddy? You want me to be your daddy? Right? Like, that's what you're really asking for. So when Kevin McCall when he was expecting Tyrese to move him in, it was like, and you was mad because he didn't move you in because you homeless because of your decisions and you was a whole millionaire. You asking that man to be your daddy and he don't want to be your daddy? Like what are we talking about? So at the end of the day, we have to put things in perspective. I do think it's case by case, but at the same time, if you can, do it, right? But it feels good when you help somebody and they're grateful for your help, like extremely grateful for your help. So I look at it in that aspect too. Never for money, you need food. You need to ask warmth. You need money. Ask your mom. Hey, can the homie smoke it? He got a beautiful. Shout out to Jim. Appreciate you tapping and hit them likes. Hit the 100s. He ain't too good. Need some words of support. Shout out to your homie, man. Ain't nothing but love and energy. Shout out to Jim and to your homie, my brother. Shout out to Michael in the building. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Send money here to support the show. Appreciate that, Michael. Hit them likes. Hit the 100s. It means a lot, man. Thank you. Shout out to John. Prayers to your homie Jim. Yeah, that's a fact, man. Shout out to your homie. Shout out to Jim. Jimbo should be blocked. And I think I missed another one. Exactly as I missed a few actually. Amen to that. Money, bros, bank behind closed doors, pocket watches. That's a fact. I can't stand a pocket watcher. Ooh wee. She can rent out the place and stay with you, but if she sleeps with other people in a relationship, the main goal is to build, but only if the other is building as well. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Money and truths are the same. He ain't a friend. He's one of those that abuse and getting his business out, pretending to be innocent. I can't with it. Shout out to Jeffrey in the building, one of our badge holders, one of our big badge holders. Shout out to Jeffrey. Appreciate you tapping it. Thank you for the membership. Whoever gave it to me. Yeah, that's Rowan Jack. Rowan Jack, bless you with the gifted, man. Shout out to Rowan Jack. Appreciate you tapping in. Fed Amen for a day. Feed a man for a day. Hello, gang. Appreciate Submit in the building. How are you? I'm doing well, my brother. Appreciate you tapping in. He's from India. Appreciate India tapping in. Jeffrey is Rowan. It's Rowan. Yeah, Rowan. Rowan be showing major love. He gifted he gifted a lot of people in that chat. So I lost count at this point. Where you from? I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, my brother. Are you a rapper, bro? Absolutely. If you type in Ashley Lovechild, all the music will pop up. Crazy Crack, Head Vibes, John Smith, Fed Man, Day Teacher, Man the Fish, Feed the Neighborhood. I love New York. Now that's a fact. Again, y'all, don't forget that them likes, hit the 100s in the chat. It helps with the growth of the show. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. Again, Donald Trump has released as of last night that they would be a $2,000 stimulus. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. He said that there is some money from the tariff system and that he wanted to give people $2K for 2025. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Let me know that he's going to do a stimulus. Me personally, I'm calling this cap. If this was the beginning of the year, I would have definitely said that he would. When they said a year ago that they found all this money and that originally that they was going to give $8,000 a piece to everybody, I actually believe that because I actually believe the real number is not $8,000. I believe the real number is way more than that they could actually give people to help boost the economy, and they could view it as grand to everybody instead of, a stimulus. And for some people, for most people don't understand, if you make over a certain type of money, that stimulus work against you when you doing taxes. If you make under, then they give you another credit for that. But to stay on, so now when they was talking about the $8,000 stimulus prior to, then it went down to 5. Like, yeah, y'all gonna get 5. And they was talking about this in June of this year. Now we in November, bruh. Now you want to crack off 2K? So you gonna crack off 2K before the end of the year? I call cap. I call cap. The only way that this could really be done if they send money immediately. Like if tomorrow people start getting them in their mailbox tomorrow, then okay, all right, we got 2K. But he not giving us no 2K stimulus package. What do y'all think about that in the chat? I don't think we're gonna receive it. He said that he's trying to push for it, but I don't think we're gonna receive it because we were supposed to receive something earlier this year, way earlier this year, and then it was supposed to settle around sometime after tax season, and it never happened. And it was way more than 2K. So now we go from 8K, 5K, now to 2. So again, where is that money? And originally, I don't think 8K is the real number. I think the number is really higher on what they could afford to actually give people based on the tariff money on the new system. So I don't think we're going to get it. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Who will be getting the stimulus checks? Shout out to Jeffrey. Yeah, that's a fact. Who's going to get them? Who's going to get them? Because I don't think we're going to get them. I really don't believe we're going to get them. I don't believe nothing until it hit my account. That's a fact. That's a fact. I remember the Doge checks. Yes. Shout out to John. The Doge checks. Yes. When they first came out, they was like, it was $8,000. And at the time I said, $8,000 is cool. That's good. If everybody got $8,000, like for real, like in real form, if everybody got $8,000 at one time, added on to the money that you make, you shouldn't monitor how we spend it, but they will. But it will be an economy boost because all people gonna do is spend it. Whether it's a righteous spend, whether it's frivolously, people gonna spend that 8K. Some people already spending and they need money as relief. Like, yo, now I got my savings. I can save 8K and I can live on what I live off because most people already live paycheck to paycheck. So at the end of the day, when it got down to 8, then 5. Now we talking about 2. I call it cap. I call it cap. We're like a month away, 2 months away from tax season. Tax season is almost here, y'all. It's almost here. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. So we supposed to get this money when? I don't believe it. So I'm agreeing with y'all in the chat. I don't believe we're going to get this money. And again, the more that they give us, and for some people, and they tax this money, and they tell people, oh, we don't tax it. They do. They do. But if you make over a certain amount of money, they won't gift you another tax credit of that money. So the original stimulus, they tax people or gave people another credit based on if you had kids, if you made under a certain amount of money, like those different criteria. So if you receive $3,600 in the old stimulus on your taxes, you got another credit of $3,600 if you made under a certain amount of money. So and the age was a factor too. Kids was a factor. So they got all these things to work out, and I don't think we're going to get it. I'll call cap on it as well, or cap. So you feel me? Yeah, I don't believe it neither. I don't believe it neither. You're talking common sense, man. Give me a shout out, man. Shout out to Chris. Shout out to Chris in the building. Appreciate you tapping in, man. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. Shout out to Chris. This November, I've been taking the toll of several families, so I really hope that he would give that cash out. Yeah, not all cash is good cash, but if they're gonna send it out, send it out. Stop speaking on it. Send the damn money. At first it was 8K. If everybody got 8K, you won't hear nobody complain for real. Even though that's not the real number that's available. The real number that they have available for each and every person, and they would not and they would not bat an eye is probably somewhere in the upper 200,000s. It's probably somewhere in the upper 200,000s, literally, that they could give everybody that money and they wouldn't bat an eye. Wouldn't bat an eye. But they settled for 8K. Then they settled for 5. And now we at 2. Just send the money, bro. Just send the money. Whatever it is, just send the money. If it's 8, ain't no, people are gonna take that $8,000 and won't say nothing but thank you. Thank you. And they're gonna go about their business. You send 5, people gonna say thank you, then go about their business. You send 2, people gonna say thank you, then go about their business. It's some bullshit, but thank you, and they're gonna go about their business. Just send the money, bro. Stop talking about it. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. A woman holds up the Brooklyn Bridge by stopping her car in the middle of traffic, gets out, stops the traffic completely, holds up a sign, and starts protesting. The protest was very unclear, but it was very clear that she stopped traffic completely on the Brooklyn Bridge. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Me personally, I think that she had to be escorted by somebody that was like 6'6", 6'4", muscled out, because there was somebody filming her as well. In New York City, you can't get away with that unless you got some big buff blade looking dude with you with an 8-inch blade, because New York City is wild and crazy. We honking crazy until you move. It's a very volatile place, especially in traffic. You want to see somebody act a damn fool? Traffic in New York City? Oh Lord, you ain't never seen road rage until you see New York City road rage traffic. Now there's more traffic in LA, but I'm talking about road rage. LA, you could smoke in LA, so people are a little bit more laid back. New York, people are cranked up in New York. So to do that on a Brooklyn Bridge, those are millions of patrons going through that bridge, and she held it up. I hope she go to jail. I hope she go to jail. You got no business doing that. You have to set a precedent, and you have to have a deterrent of people doing that. So if she did that for her bum ass protest, imagine what other people going to try to do. Oh, she could get away with it? Oh, all right, cool. She tried it and she won. So being they got her on tape, they need to find her and put her ass in jail so they don't continue to do that. Because if that is the start point, now imagine if somebody wants to do some evil into the world and how easy that it is to stop the damn Brooklyn Bridge. It'll look like something out of Batman or something like that. So me personally, I think she should go to jail for that. It has to be a deterrent for that, because you're going to get the wheel spinning for other people. I remember when they was going to send everybody 30,000. We still ain't seen it yet. Yo, that would have, yo, again, can you imagine they sent everybody 30,000? Can you imagine? That would be crazy. It wouldn't hurt. They wouldn't bat an eye. Trust me. Not a smart action. That's a fact. That's a fact, Malu. Shout out to Marcel and the Mercedes in the building. Appreciate you. Hit them likes, hit them 100s. It helps with the growth of the show. All right, y'all. Moving on to our next hot topic. Y'all been waiting for this. Y'all been waiting for this. Michael Jackson movie trailer drop in theaters April 24th, 2026. Let me know what y'all think about this in the chat. I know y'all seen it, because the teaser alone had the most hits within 2 days ever that any trailer has ever dropped ever. Let me know what y'all think about this in the chat. Let me know based on what y'all saw in the movie. Let me, whatever that y'all feel about Michael Jackson, the movie. Let me know what y'all think about this in the chat. Let me know. Shout out to Malu. Enjoy the live, y'all. Ashley, you are on the next. Working is on call my name. Appreciate you, Malu, as always. You already know what it is. Always 110% with you. Nothing but peace and love to you. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Oh, we got Paul in the building. What's up, Paul? Got Paul in the building. Good night, good morning. I just got in late, but I thought I'd catch whatever time is left. Appreciate you, Paul, for tapping in. One of our day ones, man. Appreciate Paul. Hit them likes at the 100s. Again, the question is, y'all, Michael Jackson, the movie teaser just dropped, and it's set to be in theaters April 24th, 2026. Let me know if y'all seen it. I know y'all had to seen it because it had the highest views in 2 days than any other teaser ever in history. So let me know if y'all looking forward to seeing it. Whatever how y'all feel about the Michael Jackson movie, let me know what y'all think about this in the chat. Let me know. Me personally watching it, and y'all was speaking about it early in the pod. Some of y'all is looking forward to this because it is a new biopic that people would care about. Me, I'm not that enthused on this. I'm not. Reason being mostly is that we have one already, and it is Chef's Kiss. If y'all never heard of the American Dream, and the movie is about the Jackson 5, Michael Jackson, and the father, and the mom. The American Dream is the dream of the mom, Joseph, Joe Jackson, and the wife, Katherine Jackson. Is their American dream to be better and to make it out of, of Indiana and to become somebody. And they produced several children that ended up changing the world. And it's such a great movie. The movie is probably 3.5 hours long. I could sit down and watch that movie every single day. That's how good it is. And it doesn't feel like 3.5 hours. It is so good. You had terrific performances. And it's another reason why I'm not enthused on seeing the new Michael Jackson movie is Nia Long is playing Catherine. As an actress, Nia Long is alright. She's cool. But she ain't no Angela Bassett, bro. Like Angela Bassett, who played in the original American Dream that played Michael Jackson's mother or the Jackson's mother. She did a masterful job at playing Katherine Jackson. Masterful. The father, I can't think of the actor name that played Joe Jackson, but he's been in several big movies, several big shows. Masterful job at playing Joe Jackson. And the kids. Young Jason Weaver bodied little Michael Jackson. He bodied it. Terrence Howard, the young Terrence Howard is in that movie as well. I believe he's playing Jackie. Bumper Robinson also plays a different version of Jackie. Those kids in that movie did a masterful job on acting. The parents did a masterful job on acting and showing how they ended up in Gary, Indiana, and getting out of Gary. Like they covered all of that. So they did a masterful job in that movie showing the Jacksons, and I love that movie. That's my go-to when I want to see the Jacksons and the Jackson 5. Just a fire movie altogether. So that's why I'm not that enthused on seeing this, even though I believe that Jermaine Jackson, his son, is playing Michael Jackson. He is a Jackson, so he got the Jackson look. But just looking at him, I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I hope that he does a great job acting-wise, performance-wise, because me personally, I'm not that enthused based on what we already have. Some people don't have that experience, so I hope that they do a great job with that. But they've done a terrible job in all the Michael Jackson depictions outside of the American Dream. Like they redid the Michael Jackson portions of his life with Flex Washington, even though he's a good actor. That shit was garbage. Then they did another one with I can't remember the guy's name, but he was like an Asian guy, and it wasn't garbage because he was Asian. It was garbage because the guy wasn't a good actor, and everybody else around it was just terrible. All the Michael Jackson depiction movies been ass except for the American Dream. So now that they put in this type of money, they put in actors around it that people would care about, okay, I'm gonna give it a watch, but I'm not enthused. I seen the guy playing young Quincy Jones. It didn't give me the, yeah, hey, yo, that's Quincy. I didn't feel Quincy. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though his nephew is playing Michael Jackson, it didn't give me Mike, yo. When I watched young Jason Weaver, the kid that played Michael Jackson that was younger than him, the older kid that played the other Michael Jackson, they was all masterful playing him. Emotionally, vocals, when they move, it looked like, if y'all never seen The American Dream, watch it before y'all watch the new movie Michael Jackson. Watch it. I guarantee you're going to say the same thing I'm saying. So, Jafar sounds a lot like MJ. I can't say that, bro. I feel you, Pat, but I can't say that, bro. I can't say that. Mike is just different, bro. You ever heard a Jackson song like with Mike on the track and without on the track? Like, it's just different. Like, you can sound, but it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? With the American Dream, it made you feel like it was Mike, like Jason Weaver. If y'all never seen the American Dream, Jason Weaver bodied that role. All the Mikes bodied that role. I'm outside, come out. They need to make a Prince movie. Yes, they do. And I did Hollywood Need to Ask Us, and I did a full Prince theme. I might run it back because I did it in my old model, so I probably have to do it in my new model. And I had somebody playing Prince and all that, so I'm gonna run that back probably next episode to give you I had a cast and all that. Like, a Prince movie is definitely needed. A great Prince movie too. See how they put the movie in Michael Jackson? They need to put the movie in the type of energy in Prince, but they won't do that with Prince. They won't do that with Prince. Michael Jackson is beloved. Prince is not. Prince is a great artist. Prince is one of the best artists that we've ever seen, but he's not beloved. He's only loved by our culture. People that love music love Prince. People that love music love Prince. But when I say he's not beloved in the business society world, because he was doing all the things behind the scenes to break out of these deals. Because he was like, yo, if I sell 1 million records at $15 a piece, then yo, I should be getting at least 12 of that. Y'all talking about, yo, hold this. You sold 1 million records, so we're going to give you $1 million. He like, what? Nah, that math ain't mathing, partner. So he was like, that's why he moved and changed his name from from Prince to being an artist formerly known as. And that's why for a long time you've seen this movie catalog pulled before he passed away, and then you've seen it. So there's a whole thing with Prince, but he's deserving of one based on the artist that he is, but he's not beloved like Michael Jackson is. Because Michael Jackson just did gangster shit. He's like, yo, I got so much bread, I'm gonna just buy y'all whole catalog. You know what? I'm just gonna buy he bought catalogs that force labels to go out of business. That's what Mike was doing, and people still love Mike. It was just different, and it's different when Mike performs and people just faint. Like, he just faint. Like I had old videos growing up where Mike jump on stage, stands there for about 30 seconds is a long time, bro, on stage and not doing anything, and people just faint. Like, oh my God. They had ambulance at Michael Jackson concerts, like by the stage. Ambulance, because people just falling out, bro. It's crazy. Pandemonium. So Michael Jackson is beloved. So I'm looking forward to seeing the movie in its perspective of the old movie, but I'm not looking forward to seeing the movie because I know what American Dream is. American Dream, I'm telling you, I've never seen American Dream, the movie of the Jacksons, Michael Jackson, his parents. I'm telling y'all, and the acting in that movie and the money they in the first one they had Billy D. Williams play. He played Barry Gordy, and he bodied that. Y'all gotta watch American Dream if y'all never seen American Dream. It's fire. Y'all remember the Pepsi commercial? They had that in the movie. They had that in the movie. Prince could play anything, but his guitar playing was especially on another level. That's a fact. That's a fact. Prince is a beast, bro. Prince is a beast. Prince is a beast. I saw MJ in the early 80s and 90s. In the early 80s, 1983 or so. Like, you know what was crazy? There was a thing for years that Michael Jackson and Prince didn't like each other, and that was the furthest thing from the truth. They both had mad love for each other. They both rooted each other on. So I hate that when we're great at something, they try to pin us up, like this beef. Ain't no beef. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, but y'all right though. Prince is definitely deserving of a fire movie. All people love Prince. Yeah, nah. Everybody don't love Prince. No, nah. Cause you gotta remember, Prince pushed boundaries. Prince pushed boundaries. Prince would dead ass come out, crop top. It's gonna be glitter, belly showing, ass out, boots, bussing splits, full splits, guitar in hand, singing in high note. Music people love Prince. Music people. The people that was higher ups that feel like they could control Prince didn't like him. That's a fact. I'm not telling y'all anything that's feeling based. Y'all could go do the research. He wouldn't even do music with artists. That's why he don't have a lot of features. He wouldn't do music with artists that didn't own their shit. He's like, yo, you got your masters? Oh, damn. Yeah, I can't do no music with you, bro. You don't own your masters, because if I do music with you, then the company gonna own and have access to that. Nah, I don't mess with none of them. I'm trying to tell you, Prince was a gangster. He was a gangster. We ain't even talking about Prince. We talking about Roger. Roger was a gangster. I'm trying to tell y'all, Roger was a straight up gangster. You know what I'm saying? And if they do a Prince movie, they gotta show the Chappelle skit with Charlie Murphy. They gotta have it in there. If they do a Prince movie, they gotta have Prince in a revolution going back to Eddie Murphy crib and shirts against the blouse and my boy Roger Prince, hitting him with the hezzy, hitting him with the Kyrie. It gotta be in a movie. It gotta be in a movie. I'm talking this shit. There's a lot. Shout out to Play in the Building. Hit the likes at the 100s. Patrick MJ didn't want him on the We Are the World song. That's a fact. Okay. If that's a fact, you saying that it's a fact, I didn't see that. I've seen them root for each other. I've heard people speak that's in each other's circle that's I fucks with MJ and vice versa. I've heard otherwise. But if you say, I have to go look at the research on that. The news clip, very young Prince is still one of my favorite interviews. He was like 10 years old, school grounds. Seen that one. I think I did. We was playing basketball. Uncle Ruckus would have a field day with you, bro. Yeah, now he would lose. I'm a gangster. He would lose. Real gangsters don't say they're gangsters, right? Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, I'm a softie. He will have a field day. He will win. Sir Bobby Lancelot, don't go outside, bro. Too many ICE agents is armed. SB. Yeah, I don't have no worry about going outside, my brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no worry. Are they going to tackle the issues or are they going to dodge it? Well, I don't know if they're going to put Michael Jackson's, court dealings and things of that nature, but a lot of those court cases have been proved to be untrue, where the kids have grown up and they said their parents put them up to those allegations. And to be a man in that era and to be accused of things that you did not do and have the love for kids that he had, there's no way that people should have misconstrued that. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody is on that, then they on that. You know what I mean? When somebody is on, like, we just talked about the guy that did that to the little girl in Brooklyn, right? you're not going to turn around and send your kids to his house. And you know what I'm saying? When somebody even has the accusation of doing something like that, and like, yeah, we're going to send you up there. You're going to go chill with him. Yeah, but he got accusations. Yeah, so what? Ain't no big deal. You know what I mean? So that we got to look at that. We got to look at that as well. You remind me of that dude off the last chance university joint. Shout out to Rick in the building. Hit them likes, hit the 100s. Appreciate you for tapping in. Helps with the growth of the show. Slate, yeah, but you think they're gonna put that in the movie? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They put other undesirable things in everybody else's biopics, and everybody else's biopics. You know, Ray Charles, what's love got to do with it? They put all the nasty in those movies. You know, NWA. It was a whole lot. It's a whole lot of movies and biopics that they did put that. I never saw or never seen. Oh my God, what's this dude name? Elvis Presley's movie. Um, did they ever put the fact that Priscilla was a 15-year-old girl? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like even the movie behind the what this called Behind the Canabrea with the biopic about oh my God, Michael Douglas and Matt Damon, they doing stuff in that movie. It was like, yo, bro. But it was I can't think of this dude. He was a great pianist, and he was in Las Vegas. I know his name, but I just can't say it right now because it's just at the tip of my tongue. Pause. But his movie was good, and they put majority of the stuff in there. You know what I mean? Majority. And Jermaine Dupri used to call himself Liberace. That's his name, the Liberace movie. And Jermaine Dupri used to call himself Young Liberace. And then when I did the research on Young Liberace, I'm like, why would he call himself Young Liberace? Liberace was, he was, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He was on a different type of time. It's like, why would he call himself Young Liberace? That used to be Jermaine Dupri tag in music in the 90s. It's like, your boy Young Liberace. It was like, you know what I'm saying? As a grown man, as a kid back then, I'm like, okay, Young Liberace. But as a grown man, and you do the research, you'd be like, why would he call himself that? I miss my fingers still. So, yeah, so it's going to be interesting. I'm suggesting y'all see the Michael Jackson movie called American Dream about his family that came out in the 90s. Chef's kiss before y'all see this movie. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. All right, y'all, moving on to our next hot topic. College football picks is in. NFL picks is in. My pick 6 for week 11 in college football and week 10 in the NFL is in. So the first game I called was Northwestern versus USC. I said USC will win this game. They did, 38-17. Good game, but USC just had more guns. Second game I called Auburn versus 15 Vandy. I said this game will go down to the wire, and it did. And I said Vandy would win, and they did. They won 45-38 in overtime. Next game I called was number 8 BYU versus number 9 Texas Tech. I said Texas Tech will win this game in an upset, which was a very good game, might I add. But the score wasn't prevalent on the game in itself, but Texas Tech won 29-7. Next game I called, number 2, Texas A&M versus number 19, Missouri. Again, I thought this game would be really, really good, and it was. And I said Texas A&M would win this game, and they did, 38-17. Next game I called was Colorado versus West Virginia. I called Colorado for the upset, and they lost 29-22. It was a good game. I thought Colorado would win this game mainly because Juju Lewis was going to propel them to win. I don't think West Virginia is that talented. And a lot of the games that Colorado has lost throughout the year was due to quarterback play. But Julian Lewis, he played excellent. He threw for 300 yards or 299, He was 22 for 35, and he threw 2 touchdown passes in his debut. That's not bad for your 18-year-old kid, a kid that's supposed to be still in high school. You know, he moved up a year just to play early. So that's not bad for a kid that's supposed to be a senior in high school in his first start. So shout out to Colorado. Next game I did call LSU versus number 4 Alabama. I said Bama will win this game, and they did 20-9. So I went 5-1 for my college football picks, and yeah, man, if you're looking to make bets, cover a spread, money line, if you're looking for a parlay, you could use some of my picks. You know, I do pretty well with my picks, man, as far as picking them. So make sure y'all tap into my picks. My pick 6 for the NFL Week 10. I have to look up a few scores, but first game I called was Raiders versus Broncos. I said Broncos will win this game, and they did 10-7. I thought the game would be worse than that, to be honest with you, but the Raiders played well enough to keep the game tight. And they could have upset this team, but Broncos pulled it out at the end. Next game I called Giants versus the Bears. That was a hellified game earlier. I said the Bears would win. The Giants had this game won to rights, but the Bears came crawling back, and they won this game 24-20. Next game I called Saints versus the Panthers. I said the Panthers will win this game, and they did not. Saints in an upset, they beat them 17-7. Ravens versus Vikings. I said the Ravens will win this game, and they did 27-19. The Vikings is a good team, but week to week, you just never know what you're going to get from them, to be honest with you. I mean, it seemed like the better the team, the better they play, but the Ravens is a good team, and with Lamar back, they look like a real team now. Before, when Lamar wasn't there, they was very beatable, but they have won some games. Next game I called was Steelers versus the Chargers. I said the Steelers will win this game, and they lost 25-10. The Steelers look really lethargic, and you know, to me, the Steelers and the Chargers are the same team. You just never know what you're going to get week to week. They're very inconsistent, and they're both pretenders at the end of the day, but they still lost. Next game I called was Rams versus the 49ers. I said the 49ers will win this game, and they did not. They spanked. They lost 42-26. The score is not as bad as it sounded. The 49ers did fight, but the Rams was just a better team overall. This is the type of game the Rams would normally lose. So that's why I picked the 49ers. They was on an uptick, and I had the 49ers winning that game. So, again, I had Broncos beating the Raiders. They did. Bears beating the Giants. They did. Panthers beating the Saints. They lost. Ravens beating the Vikings. They won. 49ers beating the Rams. They lost. Steelers beating the Chargers, and they lost. So I went 3-3 for my pick 6. Last week I went 5-1, and we're going to do better next week. So, but that's the beautiful thing about the NFL. You weed out the pretenders from the contenders. So that's my pick 6 for both college football and the NFL. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment, our Keep the Lie Alive segment. Before I go to Keep the Lie Alive, let me shout out fam. Shout out to Biggs, Good Game. Shout out to Fam, Prince, Michael Jackson, James Brown, Ozzy Osbourne. Would have been a great concert, but we need a big stage. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You just named legends right there. You just named legends. You know what's funny about Ozzy Osbourne? I know he's legendary in the music space, but I couldn't tell you the name of any of his music. Like the only thing I really know him for is him biting the head off of a pigeon. You know, but people say he has great music, but I've never heard of his music. But I won't dare to say something like I don't know who Ozzy Osbourne is. You know what I'm saying? Like that again. I spoke about that earlier. That kills me about our culture. Like because there's an age gap, now all of a sudden you don't know who he is. Like if you're an actor and Morgan Freeman walked past you, you Morgan Freeman just walked past you. I don't know who that is. How, if you're an actor, how you don't know who Morgan Freeman is? Like, and our culture does that. Like, that's crazy. Shout out to Zeddy in the building. Zaddy in the building. Go Ball. Weirdo. Shout out to you though. Hit the likes, hit the 100s, weirdo. Think the Jam. Shout out to Think the Jam. Snoop Dogg. Yeah, Snoop Dogg is a legend for sure. Sitting by the dock of the bay. Alex, yo, we got Alex in the building. Appreciate you tapping and hit them likes, hit the 100s. Oh, Alex, you disrespectful. Oh yeah, nah, we don't do that over here. I don't play them games. I don't play them games. Yeah, I don't play disrespect, brother. If I catch it, you can't come in my house disrespectful. I slap the piss out of you. Yeah, yeah, we don't do that. Because that's something you wouldn't say in my face. Like, that's crazy. That's wild. All right, y'all, moving on to our next segment, our Keep the Lie Alive segment. For this episode, my Keep the Lie lie is don't panic. Don't panic. In the face of discomfort, don't panic. There's nothing a good nap, a good shower can't cure. We all go through things that, cause life be lifing, yo, especially in this day and age. And we go through so much every single day, every single day. And at the bare minimum, sometimes it's hard to adjust to the negativity. Like you seeing some of the people in the chat trying to be negative, right? And it's so hard to adjust to negativity on the fly. There's nothing a good nap and a shower can't cure, yo. Don't panic. Because at the end of the day, things may just work out. And the real reason why I bring that up, because we had a young man in his life because he panicked. And he's not the only one that have done that recently. But this is becoming a trend that people are panicking and taking their life. Rest in peace to the young man on the Cowboys that just passed away, Marshawn Nealon. He was only 24. The cops was actually going to stop him on a traffic stop. And something happened within himself where he panicked. And he actually got away from the cops. He actually got away. And by the time he got away, or by the time they found him, they found his car, and he had proceeded to taking his own life. Now, what one would beg to think, like, why would he do that? Like, how did something go from a traffic stop? Because a traffic stop, you get stopped, you get your little ticket, and you go about your day. That's not the end of the world. But how do one resolve that? Like, how do you say, yo, the cops, they want to stop me. So what was you running from to make you want to do that? So at the end of the day, don't panic. Don't panic. No matter how bad something looks, you just never know. You're not God. And this is not to him personally, because it's a genuine rest in peace to him. I'm talking about to the young people that's still out here that panics, that have a thing about panicking. Like even me, when I would go through things in my late teens, I had this thing about panicking, because at that time, I was always locked up. I was always in a situation that I felt like I wasn't in control of. So at one point in my life, every time I walked into the court building, I felt like I wasn't going to walk out of there. And I was going to 3 different courts. And it was just always something. And I developed a panic in nature where it's like, damn, I don't know if I'm going to walk out of here. And it just built up a lot of anxiety. And I had to learn exercises and really self-teach myself and have real faith in God. Not just when I'm going through bad stuff, but just the foundation of him being the guiding point in my life. It's just like, whatever happens, I'm with you. And then I had to learn little things that I could control in situations that are uncontrollable. So I'm seeing a lot of these younger guys and women panic and take it there. Like even with the young kid, Kyrie Lacey, where he had a court situation. He was found guilty of something that he did not do, and it was found months later that he did not do this, but he panicked and unalived himself. And we're seeing this to be a growing trend out of panic. So please don't panic in the face of discomfort. And that's my Keep the Lie Alive for this episode. A shout out to Muhammad. Rest in peace. Breaking point. Amen, brother. Yeah, don't see the light until you're at the end of the tunnel. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's a fact. We have to be very cognizant, and we have to do a better job. And this, I don't know what it is with this era of young adults, but a lot of their resolution, like like it has something to do with the death culture. This era and time is fascinated with death culture, and we have to get away from that because everything is for today and nothing is for tomorrow. It feels like they rather die somebody as a kid than feeling like they're nobody as an adult. There's way more to live for in the future. So the death culture, and we've always had life and death culture. We've always had both, but death culture is something that's really being like, I'm missing the word right now, but it's something that's really indoctrinated into a lot of younger adult spirit right now. So please, y'all, don't panic, man. I appreciate y'all tuning and tapping in each and every episode. I'm on every Sunday, every Wednesday night at 10:30. So I thank y'all for tuning and tapping in, showing major love. Make sure y'all hit them likes, hit them 100s on the way out, because it does help with the growth of the show, and I appreciate it. Also, if you're not a member of the pod, make sure you tap in and take advantage. There's different access to different memberships. Links is in the bio. Again, if you haven't hit that like button, if you haven't subscribed, do so. Hit that all notification bell. I pop out all throughout the week. So make sure y'all tune and tap in. We on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We a little over 11,000. So again, like, subscribe, and share. Again, it helps with the growth of the show. Also, I want to thank the presenting sponsor of this podcast, which is Button Snaps, where you get the finest of movies, shows, documentaries, and original content for your viewing pleasure of $4.99. Again, that's Button Snaps. Again, if you want to reach out to me, show some love through Instagram, you could tap into me at Ashley Lovechild on Instagram. Make sure y'all come through, show light and energy. Our all idiots, I won't show no love to idiots. So if you're showing love, I show love back, man. I feel like I'm missing one last thing. Oh yeah, so the Overstand podcast is coming back. Got some new interviews coming up, so be on the lookout for that as well. And be on the lookout for some new music. I got some new music coming up, but I am doing it a different way. I no longer want to release my music through Apple, through Spotify, through the presenting ways of doing that, because of their new update and how they basically don't show the artist any love when it comes to the royalties. So I'm gonna find other avenues to get this music to y'all, so be on the lookout as well. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Again, I'm on every Sunday, every Wednesday. For all the new people, I am Ashley Lovechild. Can the brothers get a rap? I'ma see y'all soon. Y'all already know what time it is. It's love. And a quick shout out to the chat. Before I go, quick shout out to the chat. Shout out to Fame in the building. This new generation don't have no role model to lead them in the right direction. Big facts. Thank you for that, Fame. Shout out to Muhammad. Shout out to Rowan Jackie. Gifted a whole bunch of y'all in the chat some new memberships. Shout out to Malu. Shout out to Think the Jam. Shout out to Slate. Shout out to Patrick. Shout out to Maria. Shout out to Paul. Big Paul in the building. Shout out to, I'm not gonna say everybody, there's a lot of y'all here, but shout out to y'all in the chat. I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all. Shout out to Tom. Shout out to Mad. Yeah, shout out to Mad. I think I said Patrick. Shout out to Player. Shout out to Biggs. Shout out to y'all in the chat, man. There's a lot of y'all in the chat, but thank y'all for tuning in. Major love. Thank you. And I'm gonna see y'all next time in this love. I'm out.